Hello, everyone, once again. This is Rob, and welcome back to Media Awareness. Before I continue, a reminder the fundraiser continues. For those of you new to my channel or unaware, I am a disabled individual, and I use a motorized wheelchair slash scooter all day, every day for my independence, and I need your help. My insurance will not cover anything with regard to my scooter as they view it as a quote luxury item end quote, despite the fact that I am unable to walk whatsoever, in addition to being unable to use any other type of scooter or power chair, or even a standard wheelchair for that matter, as I only have limited dexterity in one hand. In addition to that, I do not have a backup wheelchair or scooter to rely on at the current time, so if my scooter should malfunction as it did a few months ago, I will yet again be a fish out of the water, a scenario I want to avoid at all costs. With that stated, below the title of this video in the description below, as well as in a separate section below the information pertaining to this particular video, you can find a spot fund link. It's a fundraiser, it's easy to contribute, it takes a few seconds, and any and all help is welcome. I cannot stress that enough. Even $5 or $10 can make all the difference in the world, and you can even contribute anonymously. The purpose of the fundraiser is to both assist me with the ongoing refurbishing of my existing scooter, as well as to help me save for the purchase of a new scooter. I arrived at these conclusions following the malfunction, as alluded to a moment ago, whereby my existing scooter, its battery charging mechanism, had failed entirely, and for roughly 2 weeks I needed to rely on family and friends to push me around my own home, which severely limited my independence. However, it was also a long overdue wake up call that I needed a backup plan, and the backup plan is to have a brand new scooter to use moment to moment, day to day, every day, and my existing scooter completely refurbished, waiting in the wings to be used at a moment's notice if necessary, when necessary. So please do what you can. I would greatly appreciate it. I do want to extend a gracious thanks to those who have contributed thus far, in addition to those who plan on contributing, as your contributions have and will make a world of difference in my life. Thank you all. I love you all. And if you're not yet subscribed to Media Awareness, my channel, please consider subscribing and becoming part of the Media Awareness family. I'd love to have you. Also, if you do subscribe, be sure to click the bell icon. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video to my channel, much like this one. So we're going to be talking about IQ's new album, Dominion, and that's something you who are familiar with my channel are aware. I received this as a Father's Day gift a few months ago from my son, and this album is an album we're going to be discussing in detail. However, before I get to that, I do want to show you the contents, and a friend of mine is here. She's going to assist me with that. So here is the newest IQ CD, and it is called Dominion. This is the cover, and that is the back with the track listing, associated credits, and it opens up quite a bit. Some really nice artwork. And in the one side is the actual booklet, I believe, and yeah, and in the other side is the CD itself, which is really not easy to get out. Now the track listing on IQ Dominion is
The Unknown Door, One of Us, No Dominion, Far From Here, Neverland.
there you have it. So there you have the actual artwork that you get with this, as well as the track listing. And I've been a fan of IQ since roughly 2004, 2005. Um, and it all started with uh, a random acquisition of the band's album Dark Matter, as well as the Seventh House. I believe I got them both on the same day, and they were the only two IQ albums that were available at my local record store, the Joe Nardone's Gallery of Sound, located on Monday Street in Wilkesboro, Pennsylvania, and it is your premier location to obtain any and all music that you desire. So make sure, if you're in northeastern Pennsylvania in the United States, to visit Joe Nardone's Gallery of Sound once again on Monday Street in Wilkesboro, Pennsylvania. But that was my introduction, and I was hooked. I became a fan instantly, and mainly because IQ was sort of echoing that classic progressive rock of yesteryear. I would find out later on that the band actually formed during the decline of progressive rock, and they carried on throughout the 1980s, whereas other bands did more pop-oriented material. IQ stuck with the longer form progressive rock tropes as well as conceptual elements, and that brings us to today in 2025, and we have Dominion. So, how does this album measure up to their previous material? Well, this is probably my favorite IQ album, so that's saying a lot. I have loved IQ, and some of the albums really resonated with me. In particular, Dark Matter, The Seventh House, The Wake, um, Subterranea was magnificent in my opinion. But this album really, really did a number on me, and it really kept me riveted from beginning to end. And there's only 5 tracks, but they are structured in a way that makes them almost reminiscent of classical pieces, which of course progressive rock was sort of evolving from, in addition to jazz fusion elements blended in as well. But IQ, I think for them, they really stuck with the classical elements, I think, more than a lot of other bands did. And on Dominion, these songs are produced fantastic. The engineering is great. Everything has its highs and lows in the mixes, and um, everything has its time to shine within the album and within the mix itself. And I actually found myself in tears during the final track, Neverland. I was just amazed at how moving the album was and is. And that right there says a lot, because this is 2025 and there's not a lot of music that is really coming out that is necessarily moving, but this really did a number, like I said, and it really showcases the band at a point in their career where they are at the top, in my opinion. And it's a single disc album. Past couple of IQ albums have been double discs, and a complaint against that. Some people have stated that it was a bit too much, they were a bit too lengthy. I never thought so myself personally, but the fact that this is only 5 tracks and it makes you wanting more really says a lot. And this is an album I highly recommend. It's available in your choice of formats: vinyl, CD, streaming, MP3, whatever your poison, pick it and take it because it's worth it. And this album is worth your time and worth the listen. So to check it out, this is Rob with Media Awareness, and I will see you all again soon. Have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.